George Lynch was born September 28, 1954, an American guitarist best known for his work for the hard rock group Dokken. Post-Dokken, his solo band, The Lynch Mob. He is considered one of the most famous and influential guitarists in the 1980s, and is known for his unique playing style and sound. He is ranked number 47 on the top 100 greatest guitar players of all time by Guitar World magazine. Top 10 metal guitar players of all time by Gibson Corporation. Lynch was born in Spokane, Washington, and made the small town of Auburn, California, his home base between 1971 and 1975. Twice George Lynch auditioned for the position of Ozzy Osbourne's lead guitar player. Once in 1979, losing to the great Randy Rhoads. He auditioned again in 1982 to replace Brad Gillis. According to Lynch, he was hired for 3 days before Osbourne changed his mind and decided to go with J.K. Lee. Lee noted that Lynch got the gig, but only went on the road for 2 weeks to watch the show and never actually played with Ozzy. Lynch stated in an interview that he played sound checks at the side of the stage on the European tour with Osbourne and Brad Gillis as part of an extended audition. He also rehearsed with the band in Texas, but was let go by Ozzy as the band moved operations to Los Angeles. Jake E. Lee auditioned on the day of Lynch's dismissal, and while Lee admittedly didn't play well the day of the audition, he looked the part and was offered the gig. Osbourne fired Lynch on the spot in front of Lee, whom Lynch had just met. Lynch was devastated and was struggling financially for those years. Some say he was fired because he had cut his hair, because he had to take a job. He was working as a delivery man for a liquor store and was required by the employer to have short hair. Sharon Osbourne fancied Lee's look over Lynch's playing, and her influence likely finalized Osbourne's decision to hire Lee. The sound in Lynch's playing was so similar to Van Halen that one of the demos was circulated as a pre-Roth Van Halen recording. The boys were set up to play a showcase for Gene Simmons and his startup label, but Van Halen opened the show, and Simmons opted not to stay and see the boys.
From the acid rain, My tech and I flew to Japan to do a tour with Dokken. This is sometime in the mid-'80s. And we went to the main ESP shop in Tokyo, and we were discussing what elements I would want included in the guitar if we were to do a signature guitar. Starting with the fact that it would be a slightly thicker, solid maple body. At that time, I was of the opinion that a heavy guitar would sound better, at least more focused. And to complement that, we went with a thick ebony fingerboard, which also, I believe, increases focus. And my thinking was that, the guitar lives in the mid-range. Everything else in the peripheral, it doesn't really matter. And we just want to compound the mid-range. So everything was, heavy guitar, focus, it'll poke through the track, poke through on stage, in the mix and so forth. Reverse banana headstock, just really utilitarian, stripped down as far as the electronics. Not a lot of contouring on the edges, so we kept them nice and sharp, and a lot of access in here so that you can reach up to the higher frets.
A lot of other people, and
Can I make it a confession?
What?
When I had 15 cabinets of Marshalls on stage, at one point on my Dokken tours, and I'm not lying about this, I had an RG80, an older RG80 on a chair with a mic on it, and that was my only amp on stage. Now there's something that Randall made for me back in the 80s, which was fake dummy cabinets with pictures of speakers that were collapsible. And I could take 10 stacks and put them in the trunk of my car.
I was at some of those shows and I just thought they were stacks. So.
Well, I used them on American Bandstand. And they had rubber bands and hooks on the back, and they'd fold down. You could fit 10 stacks in the trunk of your Toyota.
I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. Would you come back and see us? Would you like and subscribe? Would you press that little button below this video? Press the share button. Would you do that for me? Do a thumbs up. Do it now lest you forget. I would appreciate that highly. Don't forget we are selling merchandise. If you wish to get a t-shirt, a mug, a hat, or whatever, you can look in the description area below. If you don't need any merchandise, there is a tip jar there if you feel led to do so. Thank you in advance. So, what do you think? Do you think that Ozzy Osbourne made the wrong decision for not going with George Lynch instead of J.K. Lee? J.K. Lee wrote Bark of the Moon, great guitar player. In fact, I've got a video on J.K. Lee here. It's practically at 200,000 views. But I like the outside playing of George Lynch. I think that he has created some really great, cool music. What do you think of Dokken? It's too bad about the inner turmoils of the band. It ruins it for everybody, doesn't it? Apparently they can't stand each other, but they get together periodically and do some music and write some music together. I put my guitar in here this video because people have been asking, what guitar do you use? I do use Kiesel guitars, Carvin guitars, same company. Originally I'm a Gibson Les Paul custom guitar player. I switched over to Ibanez S series guitars. All right. Well, hope the day finds you well. I hope you give us a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time here at the Guitar Temple, where the musician comes to mingle.